purple of the cheek.
Okay.
Okay, so you're trying to waste all your color on the back end.
Okay.
And it should be light as it comes to the front. It's called gradienting your color. So we want it, or what you would know is like ombre. We want to ombre it in, okay? So we're gonna tap. By the way, I put most of my color towards the tip, not so much on the back end.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you hold that in your hand. Good. We're gonna, yeah, and I'm gonna have your hand is perfect placement right past the black side, so the red side's perfect.
Okay.
You're gonna place it here into the sideburn. Good, that's perfect. You're gonna brush all the way up in. Great, you're gonna count to 10. Smile for me. Now watch, this is how small, keep smiling, watch, this is how soft you're gonna come into the underneath. Feel how soft that is?
Mm-hmm.
Now I want you to hook it here. High, low, high, like a Nike swoosh. Apple, under it, height.
Oh, wow.
Apple, under, yes, there you go. Question?
No.
Good, will you tap about 2 more taps but just build the back end for me? So do those 10 strokes just in the back, just so I can make that a little richer so the face looks skinnier. Good. Now still bleed it in and fade it into the hook. Smile. Always smile. There you go. Questions?
No.
Now we're going to do the neck. So we're going to tap 4 taps. Chin up. Here. I want you to think of this as a triangle. So if that's the tip of the triangle and these are the bottom part, this like a triangle. Do you see the shape? Okay, we're going to darken that. And all the way back to the ear underneath the jawline so it gives you more chiseled jawline.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you should be getting it really good right here and then blending it down the neck. The excess.
Gotcha.
Okay, tap. About 4 taps. You're going to do your side.
Okay.
You're underneath it. Good. Right underneath the jawline. Feel for that bone all the way back to the jawline. Right underneath it. There you go. Good. And then blend down the neck. But a lot of focus here so we never get the turkey neck, I call it, like the extra thick neck,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, and you want to blend all the way back down, so it should be a shadow underneath the jawline. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Questions?
No.
So this is an easy way to do straight line. Remember your beauty blender?
Okay.
Look, I'm gonna take this flat side, tap it in the transparent highlight powder, like that. Tap it on the tip of the nose and make a nice little straight line in between the eyebrows. So it kind of looks like a shape of a Y,
Okay.
like a martini glass. Do you know it, right? So you're just gonna tap it. Let me tell you why. You're gonna contour right next to it, but you're not gonna touch the center part of the nose.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is your brush is gonna be like this on the side of it, but you're never going to touch the center part where that highlight is.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense? Okay, write that part down. We wanna, this is called baking, so we wanna bake. They call it baking only because it kind of looks like flour.
Okay.
So we wanna create this baked look on top of the nose and it
Okay.
will help you draw a straight line.
Okay.
Okay, make sure that the stem of like with the martini glass shape, that Y, make sure that this is thin. So after you do it, you're more than welcome to come out and just clear it out on the sides. Just make sure that it's thin going down the tip of the neck.
Gotcha. So down the nose.
I would tell you 2 taps of colors all you need for each side. So 1, 2, tap out, brush number 5.
Okay.
And we're gonna always use the tip of the brush. So even if you have to keep your elbow up high, just always use the tip.
Okay.
All we're gonna do is follow like a letter Y. Do you see the shape? Right next to the highlighter.
Okay.
So we're gonna use the tip of the brush, come down, right next to it, and back up. You're gonna be right up to the top of the nose, not on the center, but pretty much right next to it.
Okay.
Do you notice how I did no padding? No padding.
Okay.
So 2 taps, step out.
Okay.
I'm gonna help you with this hand.
Okay.
Elbows high so that you can use your wrist.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna start at the eyebrow and you're gonna make sure the elbow is high so that you stay high on the tip of the brush. Come all the way down, come all the way down. Good, to the end. And come back up to the eyebrow. You notice how you're right next to the white powder, right? You're not on the center of it, but you're right next to it. Okay? Most important part though, has to connect to the eyebrow like this and come all the way down to the bottom.
Gotcha.
Questions? Okay. So it looks like, if you're looking at this chart with the pink, look.
Gotcha.
So it's gonna connect from the eyebrow and you're gonna be right next to the center.
Okay.
So to make the nose look shorter, we're gonna tap 2 taps and just darken the bottom tip of the nose. So all I did was, if you can imagine a straight line from the nostrils across,
Okay.
we're just going to create some depth, and that shortens the nose. I'm going to show you some other cool things.
Okay.
If you want the top lip to look fuller, this is
Okay.
optional.
Okay.
One tap of contour.
Okay.
It's called a lip flip.
Okay.
Do you see here in the center? You just pinch the brush.
Okay.
Right between, it's called the Cupid's bow, those little lines you have.
Uh-huh.
Right here, see here, that little, like, see this M shape? Right in between in the center. I just pinch and add a little bit of dark in there, and it will help flip the lip up.
Wow.
Okay?
That's amazing.
So write that down. That, again, is optional, but heck, you're already there doing the nose. You might as well just do a lip flip, too, while you're at it.
Lip flip. That's cool.
I call it, also kind of looks like a little Hitler patch lip. See? So we have this little thing right there.
Pinch the brush. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and see on that page.
Okay.
Now that we're finished, we don't need the baking there anymore. So remember our highlight brush number 2?
Uh-huh.
Kick it out. Again, this is transparent. It won't stain or leave anything. So we're just gonna kick that out.
Gotcha.
See how now it's highlighted?
Uh-huh.
And you can see the contouring on the side.
Gotcha.
Okay, you have amazing brows. We just need to define them a little bit more.
Okay.
Not much. So we're gonna make sure that they're dark, but not too dark.
Okay.
Right? We don't, because your hair's pretty dark, because you dye it dark, but I need to make sure that the brows aren't that dark.
Okay.
Because it'll kind of take away from the eyes. So brush number 604,
Okay.
taupe, we're gonna tap 2 taps.
Okay.
Always tap it out, meaning tap it into the cap. So
Okay.
2 taps, tap it in.
Okay.
Brush number 604 is an angle brow brush. So this is what we're gonna do. I want you to think of your eyebrows like a mountain.
Okay.
So the base of the mountain right here, this is the base. We're gonna draw a straight line
Okay.
from the bottom of the base of the mountain in the hair, straight up, right past the peak,
Okay.
like this.
Okay.
Questions about that part?
Mm-mm.
Okay. We're gonna tap again 2 more taps and tap out. Now act like we're on the top of the mountain.
Okay.
We're on top of the mountain in the hairs, and on top of the mountain though, and the top of the hairs, not the bottom. And we're gonna go down the slope of the mountain to the end.
Gotcha. Okay.
Then we're gonna tap 2 more taps. Do not come to the front of the eyebrow hair. We're gonna come back about 2 centimeters.
Okay.
We're gonna be in at the base of the mountain right here at the top. We're gonna go up to the peak and round out the peak.
Okay.
Do you notice how there's nothing here, right? Now we're gonna tap 2 taps again. Always 2 taps at a time.
Okay.
I'm gonna fill in, see the 2 parallel lines, one here and one here?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna lightly fill those in from the back end.
Okay.
So I come up to the front. See, I'm not touching the lines, I'm just filling between them.
Mm-hmm.
When I get up to the front, I fill in the bottom half, and then whatever's left over, I barely flick up forward.
Okay.
Barely using the point of my brush just to flick up.
Okay.
So it kind of makes it shallow in the front, meaning I want this back end to be darker, and you're running out of color when you come up to the front so that it's faded. So basically, you're ombreing the brow
Okay.
from dark to light.
Okay.
Do you see how it's giving that illusion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't want to fill in the bottom part of this brow. You can lightly blend into the color you did just to soften a line, but don't ever fill in at the bottom.
Okay. Ooh.
You can do
I'm
it.
scared of the brow.
And I'm going to show you on paper. You're going to start at the bottom part of the eyebrow. So act like you're at the bottom part of the mountain. You're in the hair. Okay, so we're going to stop for a second.
Okay.
So where's your eyebrow begin?
Right
Here.
here.
And don't touch your face. We want a freehand, so using the top part of the brush. This is using the side. There's no color. I want you to be here. And you're going to start here. And I want a straight line, no strokes, past the peak.
Okay.
Here, past the peak. Okay. Questions? Start at the inside where the brow starts.
Okay.
Yeah, don't touch the face. Yeah, straight line.
Oh my gosh, I'm like shaking.
Don't be shaky. You're good. That is perfect. Good. Now stop. Tap. 2 taps. Bring your elbow across your left boob. So that way you're going to do, no, you're going to do this part now. You already did that one. So now it's the reason why elbow's across that boob, so that way you can be high up. You're going to turn your face so you can see. You're on top of the mountain and you go down the slope. So on top of the mountain, down the slope. Perfect. Tap 2 more tap. Now we're going to go 2 centimeters.
Okay.
So if you had your finger here, nothing there, right? So you're going to start here and your elbow's high so that you're high. See the difference of the brush?
Mm-hmm.
So not like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're high up and here's your peak. You want a straight line up to the peak Good. Perfect. Questions?
Nope.
Now again, you see the lines just look exactly like this. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 4 to 5.
Gotcha.
All right, now tap 2 taps. Now we're going to fill in from the back of the peak. So let's say we're on top of the mountain.
Okay.
Okay, point of the brush is in. So that's the top of the mountain. We want to fill in like we're going up to that mountain always. See the direction?
Mm-hmm.
Always going up between the 2 lines. Never moving forward till we have everything filled in.
Okay.
Right? And always keep the brush angled this way. Good. Now watch. Right when we get here, we start at the bottom. Now watch. Turn the brush with just the point.
Okay.
Like this. Now watch. Flick. Act like you're making those hairs look like they're going straight up. So you start at the bottom and you flick. See, I'm squaring up. What it's doing here is squaring up the front of the brow. So it's nice and squared up.
Gotcha.
More like it looks like the hairs are going upwards.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of brushing sideways. So these hairs grow this way. Right? They grow this way, right? But you can see the hairs start to change here.
Yeah.
That's when you want to flick up. Right when you see the hair pattern change, that's when you start flicking up. These go this direction. That's why you go this direction when you're filling
I
in.
need to get them to cut those a
Yeah,
little shorter.
Yeah, we'll trim the top when
Yeah.
when you get them done.
Okay.
Questions about that part?
Nope.
So you have to remember, you really only have 3 lines. You
Yeah.
have 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 4 to 5.
Okay.
Which is on here. So you have that bottom line, the tail, and the top. Then you want to fill in from the back end and then just square up the front, meaning flick it up to the front so it kind of squares up the front.
Okay.
Once that's finished, you want to use a spool. This will help make sure there's no harsh lines. Brush up and over.
Gotcha.
So even though that brush number is 604, I'm going to put brush number 6 on that brush just so that you know what order to go in.
Okay.
All right, so this is called eye and lip primer. It's basically just like face primer, but it's for the eyelids.
Okay.
So we're going to take brush number 7. You're going to just lightly scoop it out. I'm kind of using the tip of that brush. You don't need a lot.
Okay.
By the way, this should last almost a year.
Okay.
You need a little bit. So we're going to apply it all over the lid. I'm going to make sure to apply it right underneath the eyebrow, into the corner of the eye. Look how little I use. Very little. Let's say if you apply too much, you can come back through too and just kind of use your fingers if you did apply too much.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Look this way for me. Oh, but look in the camera. Good. Look all the way to the corner, just so I can get right in that corner. Good. So it's blended properly. There you go.
Okay.
You don't need a tad. Just tap in there. There you go. Now apply it on the eyelid. See? A little bit goes a long way. If you have a tendency to get fallout, we're going to bake just like we did the tip of the nose.
Okay.
So we're just going to take that opposite end, tap, drop your chin down. Good. Look up at the ceiling. Good. We're going to tap underneath your eyes and just leave it there so it looks like flour. And remember the transparent powder? You would want to leave it there just like that. Looks crazy, but you would just leave it there. Okay. Good. Great thing about doing this, I'm going to use a pointy side when I get into the corner, just because the shape of your eye makes it easier. There. You don't have to just use the flat side, you can also use the other side.
Okay.
We're just going to tap and leave it there. Don't push it in too hard. Okay. The reason why, if you keep it like this, loose, I'll show you. Look, it just flicks right away.
Okay.
So don't push it in too hard. We just want to tap and move on, and it'll catch any fallout.
Okay.
Okay, it's supposed to be loose like flour.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to do this because it's going to stop you from getting fallout.
And so some people use those sticker things. Is that kind of the same thing?
That is the same thing, except when you use the stickers, they're called shields.
Okay.
If you use the stickers, you have to be proficient in knowing how to clean up after.
Yeah, because
Your highlight and
it takes
everything.
all that off.
It takes all of it off. Right. It's just a sticker. This just stops you from having to do that because this is transparent, see-through.
Okay.
As long as it's loose, you just flick it away. As long as you're not forcing it into the skin.
Okay.
And let's say you're like, I have clients who like a nice, like really clean line. They'll even come up here from the corner eyebrow.
Okay, gotcha.
So that way they know, don't put any color past that point.
Gotcha.
Right? It's an easy trick. All right. So right underneath here, I'm going to teach you how to do, you could do from classy to smoky.
Okay.
I'm going to teach you the fastest eye for you, and it's going to be the smoky eye.
Okay.
It's going to be the easiest for you. Meaning you could do this eye in 5